On the one pagers, common mistakes is to make the one pager 2 to 5 pages long. As silly as that sounds, it's like now it's half of a pitch deck. Like the whole point is to make it really concise as possible. And Eben Pagan always taught me that in copywriting and in moving through a sales process and doing a pitch deck, you have to think, what are the reasons why we're not closing deals? What are the reasons why people bail? Then you have to think, you're basically like welcoming them into your house and you're trying to get them to the back room to have dinner with you. As they're walking down the hallway and then they see the structure, they might want to jump out the window. Or they see the size of the team, they might want to escape. So you have to predict they might try to jump out that window and close it and kill the objection before they jump, right? So you have to think ahead and architect the communications and architect the path they follow to first suck them in and then guide them through the process. And that's why you start with a one-pager and a one-liner, because writing an essay-long email cold to a stranger, they're not just going to be like, yeah, where do I send $1 million? It's all about getting them to meet with you. Any of you, if you go outside for a quick call here during the lunch break, you may have been in the market for a TAG Heuer watch or a vacuum or to invest in a real estate deal. And if you're just walking into a prep manger downstairs and someone grabs your elbow and says, hey, do you want to buy this TAG Heuer watch? You know, it's a great deal. Or, hey, do you want to invest in my real estate deal? You're going to say, hey, man, I'm just trying to get my coffee here. I'm good. You know, and you don't know who they are, right? And that's the same as you invading an investor's inbox. Somewhat expected. They're going to get pitches, so it's slightly different, but you're a complete stranger pitching something. They have no idea who you are. They have no idea if you're credible. They have no idea if you've been to jail 3 times or if you started this yesterday, right? So you have to de-risk it in as many ways as possible. They don't owe you an answer to your email. And it's interesting, some people come to us and say, okay, well, you have this database of these family offices that exist on planet Earth. Like, are they going to reply to every inquiry? Say, no, I can't force them to reply to your emails. They're just family offices that exist on planet Earth. They're their own human beings, autonomous beings. They do what they want every day. And they're horses that do drink water. We know they do because they speak on stage and they put out capital and they have verified AUM. We can't make them drink your water, but we know they drink water and we can help your water taste a little better and represent it, not hurt yourself. You might have 18 years experience, but if your water looks like high school clip art and not taken seriously, then they don't want your water, even though they should. And you're not doing yourself justice. So that's part of what today is about. And just knowing that without that envelope of trust, then deals don't get done. And many families who are sophisticated would rather do a deal with somebody they really trust, they really think have aligned values, and they understand how the money is made, they understand the process, and maybe the returns are only expected to be 15% a year or 12% a year, rather than investing in someone that says, this is the best deal you've ever seen in your life, and you can't miss this deal. And they focus so much on the deal that now you don't even trust the person. And the trust is more important than the deal. They're not investing because you promised a high IRR. Anybody can change the number and say 100% IRR. They're investing because things make sense and the risk return's good and they like you, and the risk of associating with you as a human being and your team and your processes are good. So it's the envelope of trust that makes the pitch work versus going to coffee downstairs and someone tries to sell you a vacuum, even if you're literally texting your wife about buying a vacuum today. You don't want to get pitched by some random person when you're trying to get coffee, right? So how do you get into the hardest to reach people at live events through trusted advisors? Have them find you when they have arthritis in their knee and you look like arthritis on the shelf. So they're reaching out for your book on how to start a family office because that's the headache they have right now. And you're the Excedrin that makes them feel better. And they found you. You didn't reach out to them. They cold called you. So we're going to be talking about that in the next section. We have many things to cover here in the pitch materials section. So I'll be going fast after lunch. Then we're going to talk about the marketing section and about how to reverse that flow from reaching out cold to people who don't respond to having them reach out to you and how to do that.